Hi guys, welcome to a new video. So today we're going to be unboxing and reviewing the Audeze Maxwell gaming headset, and I'm really excited for these. I wanted to try these for so long. They're really feature packed and they're not cheap. They're around 330 for the PlayStation version. If you want the Xbox version, it's 350, I believe. Um, so with that in mind, in that price range, I'm going to be for gaming. I'm going to be comparing them to the Arctis Nova Pro Wireless from SteelSeries and the Turtle Beach Stealth Pro, because they're all within a similar price bracket. And for music, I'm going to be comparing them to probably the closest thing I've got, really, which is my old trusty Sennheiser HD 650s. I've had these for probably 7 or 8 years now, and they're my favourites. They're truly great for the money. They've been superseded now by I think there's been two models of that range since then. They're now on the 660 S2s, I think. I've not tried them. I've always loved them so much. They're my go-to when I want to listen to something with good detail. And yeah, so these are running. They're not running a dynamic driver. What I mean by that is it's not a round speaker that's pulsing in and out. They're planar magnetic, which means there is two layers of vertical magnets. They're a square driver. They're 90mm in size, so a lot bigger than a typical dynamic driver. And then there's like a ribbon woven through like a membrane that's in the middle of the magnets. And the audio is meant to be incredible from what I hear. Audeze or Audeze, however you want to say them. They've got their on their website. If you want to go and have a look, they're super expensive, but they really are at the top end of headphones, and you're looking at thousands really for some of theirs, especially their real top end stuff. So price wise, these actually are quite reasonable for a gaming headset. They're pretty expensive, but for something with planar magnetic drivers, they are reasonable. So let's get in the box. They're relatively heavy. They're around 490 grams. But the Stealth Pros are about 475 once you put the wicked cushions on, because I use wicked cushions on everything for the cooling gel. I'll probably end up putting them on these as well. All right, there we go. So we've got some kind of a quick start guide on the controls and what everything does. Bit of foam, and then there we go. So these don't look too gamery, and I like that about the SteelSeries. You can walk around with them and you don't look ridiculous. So the dongle, they're claiming up to 30 meters of distance. I'm definitely going to be trying that out, because the furthest I can get just beyond the front door with the HyperX Cloud 3 wireless. They were about the furthest I could get with any headset I've tried. So yeah, relatively small USB-C dongle. Switch. There is a switch on the back. Come on, focus. There we go. The switch between PlayStation and PC. So there's that. And then yeah, they do feel pretty chunky. But it's because of the size of the drivers, 90 mil compared to like the Steel Series dynamic drivers are 40 mil. So these are they're going to be heavier, they're bigger, huge ear cups. They also do a limited edition purple one, which I would have loved to have gotten. I've seen a couple of reviewers have them, and oh, they look gorgeous. But I don't know how you get them now because they were limited edition when they came out. Right. So the headband, it's got a leather headband, and for adjustment, you can see here, there's like two screws. You don't unscrew them, you just pull it out and move it up and down to suit your head. I'll see what the medium setting is for me. It says left and right inside the ear cut, which is a nice change, so you're not looking around for a little marking. Yeah, I'd say they're almost perfect. I might have to take the headband up a tiny bit, but yeah, they got full swivel with plenty of forward swivel so that they'll create a nice seal around the back of your behind your ear. And yeah, the ear pads, these are probably going to get pretty hot. They're deeper at the front than they are at the back. Yeah, very nice, very plush. Nice and softly sprung. So for controls, this really is packing features, and it's going to be quite complicated to learn what all the button presses do. So there's nothing on the right side. So the left side, you've got your mic mute, nice and tactile. You've got your power button there. These tiny little holes, one on each side, they are probably going to be the little microphones. Um, Now this doesn't have active noise cancellation, but it does have noise cancellation for your microphone, and it's got a party trick. And I saw Joe from Gadgetry Tech when he was testing the mic. He had his Dyson next to him. He switched it on, and then he put the noise cancellation on the mic. And even when he was talking, it disappeared. It's incredible. That's not ran by software. It's actually in the headset. So I'll do a test of that with because my aircon is just as noisy as my Dyson, and that's one of the things I need to drain out when I'm streaming when it gets hot in here. So I'll give it a go, see if it can get rid of the aircon completely because that is noisy. And yeah, so for that bit, so we've had a look at the headset. Let's have a how do we get under here? It's the whole thing must come out. Yeah, there we go. Right, so we've got a little accessory box. This will have the mic and any cables. Oh, instructions, I think. Instructions are going to be needed for this until you get the hang of everything. It's kind of another quick start guide that looks pretty much the same as the thing. Oh, this is just some safety information that nobody with human eyes can read because it's so small. Sticker. Just a little thank you from them for purchasing their products. Right. So if you haven't got a USB-C on your PC, It's no worries, you can just use this as a USB-C to USB-A adapter. Or if your PC is crowded and you can't fit the dongle in without it touching another USB plug, then yeah, just pop that in, leave it hanging there. So yeah, there's that. There's a microphone. And this is it's meant to have a reasonably good mic in terms of sound quality, but it's that noise cancellation that it does. That is really cool. I can't wait to give that a try. Right, so then we have 3.5 to 3.5 jack. Now you can, so this works wirelessly with the dongle on, PlayStation, PC, Switch, Steam Deck as well, as far as I know. Now, if you wanted to use this with your Xbox and you haven't bought the Xbox version, I mean, you can use this, but because they're planar magnetic drivers, they need power to run. So even with this plugged in, you still need to have them powered on. So you can't just run it, analog, basically. But yeah, they do include that. And then your charge cable. Again, USB-C to USB-C. Let's see how long it is. No, it's not bad. I'd say it's about 5 feet, if I was to guess. Something like that. Or it might be closer to 6. Right. So in terms of features, battery life, they say 80 plus hours, and it supports fast charging. So, a 20-minute charge should last you the day. It's apparently got really good battery life, which we'll be testing out. So let's plug the microphone into it. I don't know if this is. Oh yeah, it's got a flat side so that when it's plugged in, it's not going to be swiveling around everywhere. There we go. It's one of those mics that's good for holding position. That's nice to see. So then you've got your USB-C for charging. You can run this as a USB headset if you want by doing that, and you can listen to it while it's charging. Now the both of these wheels are also buttons, so they'll have multi functions. And the thing that excites me about this is that it's got a dedicated wheel for the game chat mix. It's got 2 channels, so this is what I always look for, something I really need when I'm streaming, so I can change the balance between the game and Discord, when my mates are chatting. So being able to just turn a wheel without going into any menu, that's great. They've got like little tactile bumps when you're scrolling through, and they scroll endlessly. Same with the volume wheel. Yeah, that scrolls endlessly and is also a button. So that's about it for the unboxing. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to install the software. There's also an app, and apparently when it first came out, the app was quite buggy and didn't work very well. But quite a bit of time's passed now, so we're going to update the firmware for the headset and the dongle, and then I'm going to put this through its paces, and then when I come back, we'll go over everything and see how it is. So back in a moment. So I've been using this solidly for a good week now, and I've got some good points to say about it and some bad points. First thing, I should just get the niggles out of the way, the negatives. So just one thing that I noticed was that the left ear cup, the hinge is kind of sticky and quite tight. The right one is silky smooth. Maybe it'll loosen up over the time. I'm not sure. I've been sat here doing this lots, and you can just hear a little creak when you're doing it. Not the end of the world, but when you're wearing it, if the hinge moves on your head while you're talking or eating, you might hear the odd little creak from this side. Again, that might loosen up over time. Now, the biggest negative so far, and this was very nearly a deal breaker for me, is the side tone. So side tone's really important to me on a mic because for when I'm streaming, I don't want to be shouting. And for when I'm talking to my mates on Discord, and there's a hissing sound, a static sort of radio hissing sound that comes through. The louder you have the side tone, the louder it is. I've tried taking the microphone off. I've tried the dongle in my other PC and on console, and it's still there. So the fact it's still there when you unplug this mic, you still hear yourself. It switches to the internal mics that are in the outside of the ear cups, and it's still there then. So it's not the mic itself. And so I started doing some research. I thought, have I got a faulty unit? But no, it's not faulty. I went on Reddit and I read quite a lot of discussions on there, and everyone's got it. Everyone has this noise, and so getting a replacement, it would just be the same. And one of Audeze's tech support people went onto Reddit and commented on one of the discussions, and they said basically they increased the sensitivity of the mic for the side tone, and he said this is just like a byproduct of that. And he says, if you turn it down, you can get to the point where it's unhearable. And for me, it's not. I mean, if I go below, say, 20%, it's pretty much gone. But then I can't hear myself talk, so it's like, pointless. So, yeah, it is annoying. I'm not going to lie. That really is something that's annoying me, which is a shame because the side tone itself is is very nice. You do sound really natural, but yeah, that is annoying. Now I still have it on. I still use it that way because when I'm talking to my mates and I'm racing, I don't hear it. It's only when I'm sitting there quiet or I'm doing stuff like editing a video or something. That's when I'm sat listening to it. But you can double click the wheel and it turns side tone off. As soon as you turn off side tone, it's gone. So it's not there all the time. It's just when side tone's on. So let's get to the controls a bit. So you've got you've got the volume wheel and the one for game chat mix. So the one at the back, this is great, having the game chat mix on a dedicated wheel without having to press to go into a menu. Yeah, absolutely top stuff. So you can just easily, just quickly grab it, just move it to where you want it, your game chat mix, and it's excellent. To change side tone, you press that once, you'll hear a bleep, and then that wheel becomes your side tone adjustment. So again, nice and easy to remember. I've gotten used to the controls now. The volume wheel, if you want to mute the game audio, you just tap the power button once and it mutes it. This is your flip to mute switch, and yeah, the controls I think are really good. Now, if you're listening to Bluetooth music and you press the volume wheel once, when you next move it, that'll change tracks. Go forward or back, cycling through your music, and then after a few seconds, it switches back to being the volume wheel again. So loudness, they're not the loudest headphones I've ever tried, but they do get louder than I need. So I hover around the 75 to 80% mark, depending on what music I'm listening to. So they're plenty loud enough. They don't reach the point where I have to pull them off quickly if I max them out. So yeah, that's all the controls done. Now let's get to it's got a bit of a party piece. Now, if any of you go go and watch Joe from Gadgetry Tech. In his review of these, he had a Hoover, which he switched on. And this microphone, it's not the best sounding, but it cuts things out incredibly well. So he did it with a vacuum. Now, I've got me aircon running quite a lot, and that's noisy. So what I'll do is we'll do the mic test, and I'll also switch these on and show you how the noise cancelling works. So at the front here, this button, this is how you switch on your noise cancellation. It'll say low, high, and off. So it's off at the moment. Now I'm going to switch. Okay, so now I'm talking to you on the boom mic. The volume levels look okay. Right, so this is with no noise suppression on. Now this is the aircon. Not too bad. Let me just make sure it's off. Right, so this is noise suppression off. That's with both running. Now I'm going to put noise suppression on low. Okay, so now I'm talking to you with noise suppression on low and the vacuum and the aircon are running. Now this is the noise suppression on high, with the vacuum and the aircon running. Right now I can't tell if it's completely cancelled them out, but when I'm not talking, there's nothing there. So with the noise suppression on high and no sounds in the room, I don't know if it's cutting out my voice at all. Some noise suppressions can be quite aggressive enough to start to cut your voice a little bit. So that's noise suppression off again. Again, there's no noises in the room at the moment. And oh, boom mic. Yeah, I don't know if you can hear the PC fans running. But also, if you take this boom mic out, I'll let you have a listen to what the external mics sound like. So this is the built-in external microphones. Noise levels look like they're okay. The mic monitoring sounds weird with these on. Lots of hisses and lots of sibilants. It sounds pretty awful. And then we're back to the regular mic. Let's just put the put the microphone back in. Okay. Now let's take a look at the software. Right. So this is the software, and when I installed it, I ran it for a few hours without doing a firmware update because I wanted to see what it was like out the box, and then see if anything changed after the update. I couldn't hear anything, but it is up to date. So it'll update the dongle and the headset, and these are the firmware. This is the latest firmware I'm on right now. So down here we've got the auto shut off. I just have that set to an hour. Voice prompts, I have it set to somewhere around 50%. The woman's voice is nice and clear, not too jarring. She lets you know of whatever you've activated or deactivated. So yeah, that's good. So over here we've just got that it's switched on. 68%. Now I've been using this every day for a week for many hours. I've drained it by about 30%, so that'll give you I think I'd probably end up charging this maybe once a month if I was to take a rough guess. I have been using these a lot more than I would a normal headset because I've been trying to find every little detail and give them a good good thorough workout. So mute there. Let's just microphone on, microphone muted. That's showing it's connected to the dongle. This profile thing here is if you have the Mobius or the Penrose. I've never tried either of these. The Penrose got some favourable-ish reviews. I never bought them because there was a few things I didn't like the sound of, so I never tried either of them. So that's what the profile's for. It's just for selecting the headset that you're using. The question mark here, this will send you to the Audeze user guide on their site. Device info. This is pretty cool. So this page is all about letting you know what everything does. So yeah, hold the power button for 3 seconds to switch it off and on. Yeah, single press to play and pause media. Oh yeah, that's what I meant to mention. To put it into Bluetooth pairing mode, double press the power button. And yeah, that's it. It charged when I first charged it. It charged really quick. It does support fast charging. It was fairly close to being fully charged out of the box, and then I plugged it in, went to make a boot, came back, and it was done. So yeah, there's your AI noise reduction button, which does a pretty incredible job of cutting out background noise. Now the Maxwell mix amp, this is where, see, side tone at the moment I've got to 80% and I can hear myself nice and clear, but that hiss is there. Whether that would be a deal breaker for you, I don't know. It's nearly a deal breaker for me, but I am persevering with it because I don't hear it when I'm actually gaming or racing. So yeah, this is where you can switch it on and off from the software if you wanted to, and then your game chat mix wheel. And that's it for the majority of the software. Then you've got these presets, and if you want to, I don't know if you heard that. No, you can't hear that. So she's just saying EQ1, EQ2, and then you can. It responds really well to EQ. This headset, absolutely incredible, and that's where I love this headset. It's absolutely phenomenal. So the sound, they've actually, this is the first headset or headphones that have dethroned my previous favourites, the Sennheiser HD650s. I would reach for these every time now because these planar magnetic drivers, I understand now what everybody raves on about, and I understand why they rave on about these drivers. They are absolutely incredible. So I tend to sit on the bass boost preset for listening to music and racing. If I'm playing an immersive game, something like Diablo 4 or a shooter, I'll go for immersive. Competition and footsteps, they just raise the highs for hearing little details and directionality. The soundstage isn't as wide as other headsets that I've got, and I think that's to do with the drivers, planar magnetic drivers. From what I've read, at least, they seem to work best as an open back headset. That's why anytime you look at any of the LCD range or something, they're always open backed. So yeah, so the soundstage, it's good, but it's not quite the widest. I'd say the SteelSeries Arctis Nova Pro Wireless have a slightly wider soundstage, but the sound on them isn't anywhere near as good as these. And yeah, for gaming they are incredible. And watching a film, I watched what's it called? Day After Tomorrow. I watched that the other day with these on because that's a pretty good film for listening to audio. And the way the bass hits on these, it's truly, it's astonishing. It can hit so thunderous and hard, and it doesn't drown out any of the other frequencies. It's it really is incredible to listen to. And music, I've been so hooked on these that I've gone through almost my entire music collection, listening to everything and comparing everything to the 650s just to see. I just wanted to see what else I could hear that maybe I've not heard in the past, and voices and especially female vocals sound absolutely stunning, and I just can't get enough of these. So yeah, I mean, aside from that hit, if that hiss wasn't there, these would be absolutely just 10 out of 10. That is, it's really annoying me, that hissy buzzing sound, and it seems to be that everyone's got it. Nobody on the forums or anywhere has managed to cure it, because it can't be cured. It's just something that's there. But maybe in a future release, maybe they'll make an update to this headset that hasn't got that hiss. So yeah, the mic is a little bit of a letdown, but that noise cancellation is incredible. I wish the headset itself had noise cancellation, because although you get quite a good seal with these ear cups, I can still hear everything. I can still hear the aircon quite loud, and all my haptic feedback in my sim rig. It's all really loud, so proper noise cancellation would be good. But I've also spoke to my mates on Discord with this mic and with those mics, and they all said it sounded pretty bad. They quickly said, "Please just switch back to your other microphone." so there you go. If the question is whether they're worth the £320 or £330, I think yes. Especially just pull the mic out if you just want some headphones that sound incredible over Bluetooth. Just get these, just pull it out, just use them as headphones. They're incredible. And there's one other thing that I should mention. I noticed the other night that my ears, the backs of my ears, very slightly touch the back of the baffle, and there's no real padding in there. There's some fabric on there, but it's not padded, and it did start to get a little bit uncomfortable. So let's pull the mic out for now. I'll show you the drivers to show you how different they look from dynamic drivers. So you rotate them to the right, ear pads come off, and they're pretty comfortable. They're just not quite deep enough towards the back. So that, oh, there you go. That's the driver. They're a lot bigger than your typical dynamic driver. Now let me just switch these off for a sec. Both ear cups to remove the ear pads. Rotate them to the right. It's not like the Corsairs where you rotate one to the right and then one to the left. I think that's how it works in the HS80s. So those are the drivers. And let me just take the headband off as well. Headband's comfortable enough. I'm not crazy about how it adjusts. I think it would be better if they had some kind of stretch fabric. So let's just remove that. Because when I noticed my backs of my ears were rubbing, I thought, right, I use wicked cushions on everything else, so this will solve that. So I went for the purple wicked cushions because they had an offer on Amazon. Right, so left side. There we go. And the right side. There we go. Yeah, they're so much thicker, my ears aren't going to touch with this. And so to go with that, I thought, why not grab the matching headband. I don't know if this is a stretchy fabric or not. I couldn't tell. Couldn't tell from the photos. It might just be a leatherette material, or I don't know if it might be a sports fabric. So yeah, it's not stretchy, but looks quite nice. So let's just pop these on. This is going to make them probably, I think it's about 50 grams heavier by adding these. Now let me just try and pop these on. Hopefully they're not too hard to pop onto the things. Right. So there's an extra set of holes. There's 3 holes of adjustment on the stock one. It's 4 on this. So you've got a little bit more room to play with. There we go. Don't know if that, I might need to go on the next hole up. Let's find out. Yep. Just need to go on the next hole up. So it looks like they'll have more adjustment for a smaller head, because these are going to be on the furthest out holes for me, by the look of it. These are definitely not going to come off on their own. There we go. That might be too... Oh, there we go. That's better. Oh, that's much better. Yep. So, yeah, I always go with Wicked Cushions, because they always do a good job. Not affiliated with them or anything. I just like their products. So what have I missed now? So wireless range with the dongle. These have got the longest range I've ever tested. I can get to the toilet and back, no worries. But I can also I can get to the front door and go out and put stuff in the bin, and that's only when they start to break up a little bit. So the range on these is pretty incredible, at least in my bungalow anyway. So that's it. I think I've covered everything I wanted to cover. Yeah, if you got any comments that you want to pop down below, just any questions or anything, just fire away. And you'll probably see me using these for quite a while, because although that static is annoying me, I don't want to lose that sound. I love that sound. I'm going to have to, one day, hopefully I'll try something like one of their LCD range, because I've got to hear what an open back version of these drivers sound like. So there we go. Cheers for coming, guys. See you soon.